All right, so I am going to talk to you about something that I just learned about, and I am super excited. It's this idea of the 2 bites. I have never thought of this before, and this lesson highlights a couple things. One, that no matter where you are in your journey, you're still learning and growing and changing. You know I've said that. I'm going to keep saying it because no matter how much I say it, the lower brain will chatter about, but you've been doing this X amount of months, years, whatever. You should know better by now. Or it'll say, oh, that's something we already do, assuming that you're actually doing it correctly, assuming that you're doing it with a beginner's mind versus just kind of half-assing it, right? It's like our lower brain kind of comes in and says all these things. But I always try to stay super receptive to new things as I hear them and I question it. Could that maybe be true, right? So I've been listening to some information on being mindful with eating, and this woman had made a comment that one time she'd gone to see a therapist and she talked about these intrusive food thoughts that just kept cycling through her head. Like she would see a brownie, she would see a cake, she would see something so delicious, and it just kind of kept coming back up in her thoughts, and it was really distracting her, and it was really just kind of grating on her. And her therapist said something that really blew her away and then blew me away. She said, go there, buy the brownie, buy the cake, have 2 bites, throw the rest away. She says, what will start to happen if you make that a regular practice, you will have less brain chatter about the food. So I got curious. I'm like, I do have a lot of brain chatter about certain things. Because in my mind, if I'm going to pay $6, right, or whatever, for this really nice gourmet piece of cake or whatever, that I should eat it all, or I should get one and have the whole thing, right? Like I've never thought about just having 2 bites and throwing the rest of it away. So Joel and I went out to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary, which was fun. And we had the most delicious carrot cake. It actually had blackberries in it, which I'd never had before. It was really good. Well, I'm coming up on my birthday and I know I want carrot cake. Well, there is this cute little coffee shop we go to and they have all handmade desserts, and for years I have looked in that case and saw the carrot cake that they have, and I've thought, I wonder how good that really is. Is that really awesome? And after hearing this information, I thought to myself, okay, if I want to get the best piece of carrot cake for my birthday, I'm going to get one of those out of the case today. I'm going to take 2 bites and I'm going to throw it away. I've never done this before. Not on purpose. It goes against a couple things, right? We have scarcity with money, scarcity with delicious food, those old thoughts of, oh my gosh, that's so many calories, I shouldn't eat the whole thing, all the chatter. So I ordered it. It came to the table, Joel looked at me, he goes, you ordered carrot cake on a random Tuesday? And I said, yeah. I told him about the whole thing. I said, I'm taking 2 bites. He was more than willing to take his 2 bites or more if he wanted. I'm having 2 bites, and then I'm going to make a decision on which one I want for my birthday. I will tell you what, it worked. The 2 bites were delicious. I totally enjoyed them. But I also had an answer to my carrot cake dilemma, and I felt less curious about the carrot cake and the other cakes in the case. Like, it immediately released a little bit of pressure. Remember, we talked about that in a previous video. That emotional eating, it's like that pressure cooker situation. We can have it from various things, right? Whether it's focusing on a food that we think we shouldn't or can't have, whatever. And it was weird. I actually really made peace when I ordered the cake of throwing it away. I said, how often have I spent money on something and not liked it, or it been unhelpful for me? I looked at it totally differently. I said, okay, me buying this cake, knowing I'm spending $6, taking 2 bites and throwing it away, it's a $6 lesson, not a $6 piece of cake. I just totally changed my perception of it. Like, I looked at it like the cake is a teacher for me. The experience is a teaching moment for me. It's not about the cake. And when I did that, it was earth-shattering. So I told Joel, I'm going to do this again. Like, there's been tons of times I've been out and I see this most impressive dessert in the case, and I always think, oh man, if I eat that whole thing, it's da-da-da-da-da. And then I think about the cost, and then da-da-da-da. And so what I decided was, if I'm out with the kids or Joel and we see something, I'm gonna order one. I'm gonna take my 2 bites. I can throw the rest of it away, or if they're with me, I'll just let them devour it. But the point is, that is a game changer. And I never thought of it that way. Like, I never thought about the idea of going intentionally to have 2 bites, to enjoy it, to taste it, and then to discard it. I actually had 3, if we're being honest, but that's okay. I gave myself permission to have 2 or 3 bites. But I just want to share that with you because it does relieve the pressure. It does relieve the curiosity. It does relieve the sense of what does that taste like? And for me, that's a big one. A lot of times I'm good when someone orders something just tasting it. But if no one's ordering it, I can't taste it. So this was an opportunity for me on purpose to practice it. And it was a growth moment for me. And this is hugely important. I just told you I celebrated my 10-year anniversary last week. You don't stop learning. You don't stop growing. Like, there is no point in which you're done in this process. You're going to constantly be saying, that is a really cool idea. I never thought of that before. How would that work for me? And it may not have. Maybe I would have been in a position where I realized it didn't work for me. But at least having the idea, trying it, and I think I would only do that if I was with somebody else. I don't think I'm right now where I would want to be if I went by myself to do it. I think going with somebody else, saying I'm going to have 2 or 3 bites, and then letting them have a couple bites and throwing it away actually makes me feel better than trying it on my own, which I think is what the therapist initially said. You know, you go, you order it, you have a couple bites, and then throw it away. I do like doing it with somebody else. So anyway, just want to share this idea in case it could be helpful for somebody. And I know a lot of you will have scarcity with money issues, with throwing things away. It kind of pushes you outside your comfort zone with all of that. All right, you guys please like and subscribe, share the videos, and I will talk to you soon.